Hello and welcome everyone. Today we come to you with a message that we kind of want to lay in front of you so that you can go away and think about it and maybe even experiment a little bit with it. And although the title might seem a little bit strange, as we go through this video you'll realize and understand our intention with this title. And here it comes. The title is
The 100 Monkeys.
The 100 Monkey Effect. Yes, the 100 Monkey Effect. Now, some of you might have heard about this story. Many who we've been talking to have never ever heard of it. Yet it is clearly to find if you do a Google search or you go into Wikipedia and you type in 100 Monkey Effect, and you'll see all of the information that's been shared about this. Now, the story goes, and again we don't know whether it's true or not because we got no proof about it, yet it was documented supposedly by scientists. And it was a little island on Madagascar. And what happened was, one particular day, one of these monkeys had its potatoes and its roots or whatever it would happen to be eating at that moment in time, and it happened to take it to the shore, to the sea's edge, and it started washing the potatoes, washing the dirt off and the roots, and obviously of course it got a little bit of salt from the salt water in there, and it was just enjoying its meal so much that a lot of the other monkeys were extremely curious. And they were watching what it was doing, and eventually 5 monkeys started doing it, 10 monkeys started doing it, and they were all really enjoying it. And it had a ripple effect. And I think that's the clue here. It had a beautiful ripple effect through this whole tribe of monkeys. And as the story goes, once there was 100 monkeys doing this, now whether that's actual figure, we don't know, and there's no way we can prove it. But let's say the 100 monkeys started doing this on this island, and they were really enjoying their food. Something really strange happened, because of course there were researchers on other islands, pretty close to that particular one in Madagascar, but not close enough so that they could see each other or they could hear each other. So the only way that this passing of this energy, passing of this idea onto the other island, it could only have been through some kind of intuitional contact or
consciousness.
Yeah, consciousness being shared. But it was really strange. All of the other islands, not all that far away really, started also to do this. And this is why they call this experiment the 100 Monkey Effect. Apparently, like we said, these scientists were monitoring this on the other islands too, and were pretty amazed about this. Now, why are we using this example, be Ian and Mario? We too have had experiences which are pretty similar, because many of you will know that we do communicate with animals, not talking, we're not crazy, no, we communicate in a totally different way, but we work also with the animal kingdom, the insect kingdom. We usually work with them when we want to get a point across, when we want to show people that you can actually do some pretty amazing things. And we've got photos of a beautiful dragonfly sat on my finger that worked with me to show or to get a point across at one particular phase in our journey. Because I simply asked that animal to work with me, and as I clasped my hands around it and lifted it up, I called all of the people back that were actually on a meditational walk, but they were sort of still in the rat race. But as they came back and as they got closer after we called them back, he just crawled out of the hole in my thumb. You can see it there. I'm pretty sure you're able to see the little gap in between my thumbs and my fingers. He just crawled out and he sat, and it was almost as if he was looking at every single individual that was with us that day on that walk. And of course then I used the words to say, well look folks, you know, we're here on a meditational walk, yet you're still in the rat race. Look at the possibilities of what you've missed. And as soon as we'd made our point, this beautiful little dragonfly, it just took off and flew away. And And not too long ago we were at a sauna enjoying a relaxing day, and we were talking about this particular skill that we have. And there was a young gentleman there. He was very, very skeptical. He didn't really believe us, did he? You could see it in his face and in his energy. But we were talking about how we can call butterflies to us, how we can call these creatures to us to work with us. And just like maybe 30 seconds later, all of a sudden there's this beautiful red admiral flies past, and it's like, well, wait a minute. Let's see if we can do it. Let's see if we can show him that it is possible. So I walked across to this beautiful little butterfly, and I started to communicate with images to it, and I asked if it would work to help us assist to show this skeptical young man that it was actually possible. And within no time of me putting my hand out to it, it just climbed on my hand, and it sat there and it looked. And after a little while it kind of took off, and then it came and sat on my shoulder. And it was as if, and the young man was like, you know, with his chin on the floor, he's like, what? So you weren't BSing. I nearly said bullshitting. Oops, I did. We weren't BSing. We were able to prove through being love and communicating with a purpose with this beautiful creature, we were able to show him. Because it was as if I was having a conversation. It really looked like it. And of course I was doing it verbally by then so that he could see what was going on. But this beautiful butterfly was totally relaxed. It was flapping its wings. It was kind of showing off a little bit. Actually, let me put that in different words. It was sharing its beauty, and that was its intention and purpose, to share its beauty, because it knew that we were absolutely appreciating what it was doing. Now, the reason why that we're sharing this is because we've had people walk with us, and they've seen us doing this, and they've shifted, if you will, in their consciousness into our consciousness, into our vibrational frequency. And to their own amazement, as they stuck their hands out, they were able to do it too. The creatures came towards them and they sat on them, and the delight and the tears sometimes that we saw as a result of this. Now, we're going to take it a little bit further, because as many of you know, we've received certain packages of information from our guides, one of them being Shambhala Oneness. This Shambhala Oneness, we've made a great deal of videos. Many of you have seen many of those videos. Maybe you haven't heard of the Shambhala Oneness yet, but in that Shambhala Oneness we've made a great deal of videos. And the beautiful thing, now that we've been doing it for about 3 years, what we're seeing is that people who are listening to our videos, listening to the examples of what we're bringing out, we're seeing the results. Now, of course, we don't want to call them into the 100 monkey effect, but it's the same principle that's going on. As Mario and I have mastered these skills, as people are simply listening, feeling, observing what we're doing, and then moving into our frequency, if you will, or in a particular frequency. I'm not even going to call it our frequency.
No.
It's a frequency. They are starting to be able to do exactly what we do. They're taking it sometimes even a step further and coming back to us and sharing with us again, whereby we are continually expanding as well. Now, this 100 monkey effect, it is an expansion of energy. It's a traveling of sharing of energy, if you will, through the ethers, and we are really starting to prove that it's happened. And we have something else that we've been given, and that's one that we call the oneness activation. And this oneness activation, we're already proving to people through using the elements in 4 activations throughout a whole day, that we're actually taking people into, if you will, this oneness field. And in this oneness field, what we're doing is we're experiencing our Garden of Eden. We're experiencing our beautiful tree of life with some very, very beautiful examples in there. But we're also asking the people to leave behind in this magical place a heart wish. And we've had proven to us already that these heart wishes, as they go away after that day, these heart wishes are manifesting. And this leads us to another example of this 100 monkey effect, because what we want to do, folks, on the 22nd of December this year, Mario and I are going to be revealing a little known secret that we've recently learned. And through tools, we're writing the story right now. And it's going to rock your world. Because we now understand where humanity is going and how we're going to function in this new reality. And folks, we're going to call it Join Us in the Valley of Gods. Join us in the Valley of Gods.
And create your own garden
Of Eden.
Yes.
Create your own paradise. Mario and I are already there. And of course we're in two different places at the same time. But we're already creating our Garden of Eden in that beautiful valley. And we have been shown how to create in love the divine feminine, the divine masculine. A beautiful example of, how do we call it, sweetie? It's 2 in 1 is 3 is 1. It's almost as if it's a chord, so I'm going to say it again and I'm going to say it slowly. We're going to say it together. 2 in 1, 2 in 1
yes.
is 3 is 1. When people really start to grasp exactly what this means, it'll be a life-changing effect for the whole of our planet. We're going to come back in a little while with another video that we're going to go into greater depths about this, because this one's really about the 100 monkey effect. But what we're going to do on that day, we're going to invite a bunch of people to come and join us to learn this new skill. And it is about being in your Garden of Eden and creating. But it is about working with matter. We are already doing it there. And there are others who have joined us. And we want to share this beautiful secret on how to get there, to be able to prepare yourself to move on to your new earth. And we will do it because of this beautiful 100 monkey effect. Doesn't that feel absolutely awesome, sweetie?
Yes.
We're enjoying it,
Yes.
aren't we? Very much. Our imagination sometimes runs wild with us, but we're seeing what we're creating through working and playing with matter. Wow, it's magical. And sometimes, yes, it's hard to come back here.
Yes.
But we so dearly would love to share this with you. And we have a little bit of time before we're getting that far towards December. And by that time we'll have our story done. And we'll have the exercises completed. As we are experiencing them, we will share them with you. So look forward to that one. But enjoy for now the principle of the 100 monkey effect. Do your research. Start to feel it for yourself and you'll know that we are indeed connected. Thank you for listening to this video about
The
the 100 monkeys.
Perfect.
Namaste.
Namaste.